go to MailChimp and log in. Choose campaigns, then email templates, create campaign. Name your campaign. Save. Check that this is going to the right recipients. This is to the whole list, and it's from Brixton Housing Co-op. Then you need to add a subject. And a preview text. If you've got any special items coming up, you might want to put them in there. Otherwise, whatever. Save. The next thing you do is edit design. Go to the section that you want to edit. The first text box has the date in it. As you can see, if you want to edit this, you press this pencil design there, and this side of the page, the left side of the page, is showing you the final newsletter result. The right side of the page has the working space or edit boxes. So if you want to change the date here, you can just type it in and then save and close. So let's begin by adding an item to the management committee report. I've just copied something from a Guardian newspaper article rather than use a real report here. So first thing I'm going to do is stick in the text. I copied and pasted that. Put it in the box. Right, this is the heading, and we actually want to put that in capitals. And I've been using heading 4 for the subheadings in this template. So choose heading 4, and then you need to make it the right colour, which for management committee is dark orange. And here is what it will look like. Maybe I'll add a picture to that later. It's not the full article, and the rest of the article, because it's a long one, I'm going to load up as a PDF, and I'll show you how to link to that soon when we cover links. Okay, so save and close. Okay, so now I want to show you how to add a brand new item into the newsletter. If you see now on the right hand side, it shows you all the different blocks that we use when we want to add something. Mostly we'll be using text box and image box. Click on the text box and let's drag it over here and drop it where we want it to be. I'm going to do a local news item. Clear that. I found an article in Brixton Buzz, which I quite often use for local news items for the newsletter. This is about the miniature railway. So I'm going to copy some of the text from here. paste it in the box. I'll tell you how to add images later. And we need to put a title. Let's just say Brockwell Park Miniature Railway. Actually, let's not do that. Typing it in exactly like that, you get the formatting from the article that you had, which is not necessarily what we want. So you can clear styles there. And then let's do like we did before with a heading. We want to put it into capitals. Highlight that. Go to heading 4 and choose a colour. It's up to you what colour here, because we're not tied in with a specific colour like we are with the committee reports. So choose any colour that you think appropriate. There's too much gap there. Save and close. Okay, so let's go ahead and add an image to this article. You'll notice in the text box this is offered as an option here, adding an image. I wouldn't advise doing it that way because that can sometimes distort the text in this template. So instead of doing that, I always do this: drag an image box into the place you want, then choose upload an image. I've actually taken a screenshot from that article and saved the image already on my desktop, but find the image wherever you've put it. Might be your own photo as well, of course, and just choose upload there. As you can see, this image is too large and they'd like us to edit it, so the perfect dimensions for here is 564 pixels wide. Add that there. As you can see here, if you wanted to just use part of the image, you can crop, but I'm going to use the whole one. So save that. We have options here for changing things as well. If you wanted to make it smaller, you can use this sliding scale, and then you can choose whether to center it, have it left aligned or right aligned. I'm going to use it full size. You can also put a border around it, which helps it to stand out. I quite like doing just a thin border. You can do that in black, or if you wanted to add a colour, you could do that. Let's do it in black. And there you have your image. Sometimes it's nicer to have the image in the middle of the text, in which case I think the easiest thing to do is take out some of this text, add a new text box below your image, and replace the text there. Now I'm going to show you how to do links in the newsletter. There's various sorts of links you could do. Let's look at this article again. We can link from the image to the original article. So let's copy the address and paste it in there. Now someone can click from that and get taken to the rest of the article. We might also want to make this a bit shorter. We don't need all this here. we could remove some of the text and add a read more link. Write that there, highlight it, then go to this link box here. Now, as you can see, there's various types of links that you can use. What we're doing on this occasion is a web address link, so let's just put back that. Another type of link is to an email address. We've got here the newsletter email address. Highlight it, copy it, and go to the link. Now here you want to choose email address. Enter the email address there, put the subject there, insert. The next link I want to look at is how we add a PDF file. If we go back to the management article about saving the tree, we can see this is quite long and we don't really need all that. I would suggest that we just remove all that bit and write read full article here. Highlight that, go back to your link box. Now this time we're going to choose a file. Now I've already copied that article and saved it as a PDF, and I'm going to load that up. Save the tree PDF, there it is. Choose for upload. And it's there. I'll show you how to check the links shortly. Now let's suppose you've added all your content and all the pictures you want to add. You want to preview your work to make sure there's no mistakes and to make sure that all the links work. If you go here at the top, you'll see preview with a drop down. You could send a test email. The first thing I usually do is just enter preview mode. And here you can see what happens when you click on this link. Did it work? Yep, it's taken us to the full PDF article. And what happens with the newsletter email article? Yep, that's opened an email box. Oh, the picture link worked. And this read more link. Yep, that's all fine. So I'm happy with that. I need to make sure that this is what it looks like in a desktop. I want to see what it looks like if someone's reading it on their mobile. And I can see everything's come up fine, it's aligned. There's no problems with that. The links will work just the same. So that's great. So we've nearly finished now, but we need to get this checked by the chair of the co-op and the chair of communications. It really helps to have other people read your work and look out for typos that you might have missed. And just make sure that they're happy with everything that's gone in there. So the easiest way to let them see your work is to go into preview mode here. You could send them test emails. I prefer doing it this way. View this email in your browser. Copy this link and then email that to them. That means they'll see the work in progress when they click on that link. And if you're making further edits because of suggestions they've made or because of something that's come in after you thought you'd finished, they'll be able to click on the link and see the latest version. Okay. So the final thing, when we've had it all checked and approved and everything's in there, is to send the newsletter. we see here the option of finish later, schedule or send. If you wanted to send it immediately, you'd press the send button. The way I usually do it is to schedule it, to pick the date you want it to go out on. We're sending it out on the 3rd of the month at the moment, and then choose a time that you think's good, maybe 12:30, send it out at lunchtime, and then just click schedule campaign and you're ready to go.